Hi guys, Shauna with Infinity Readings here. Plugging away, we're on Scorpio Female. Okay, so that is what we're working on tonight. Sorry, I had a shower and I'm just bare bones. Mind you, I don't poof my hair too much anyway. It's pretty au naturel, but it's absolutely bare bones today, so bear with me. But I want to get the male and the female Scorpio done, and then I feel like I'm ahead of the game here. So I wanted to take a minute to note something here. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother saying it. I'm just going to get on with things. My necklace here was made by a friend of mine, and I want to point you in her direction because she makes good articles, neat items that you should check it out. So this is her business card, and I'm going to put the information below so that you can go and do that and look at her Facebook page. She has, mind my nails, she has a Facebook page where she displays her jewelry and stuff. So that's something you can look at. She's a friend of mine, so I trust her. So, you know, I'm just sending that outward. Okay, so evening energy here. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Getting into the Scorpion, as I'm laying it out here, I feel like there's a hugely complex situation going on. So nonetheless, I'm going to try again to break it down into singles and couples, but I really get driven by what energy needs to go outward. So I'm just going to fly by that and then make any corrections in the end, because the singles seem to be kind of slipping in certain areas here. And I think it's because they may be doing okay and they may not need that much guidance. So that's what I'm sticking with here, but we'll see. Okay. So as we move forward, I break down 3 cards of the feminine deck, and I use that as an overall general energy. And then we go through the rest of the cards and we dip and funnel into the love and sex area and see how things are going there to highlight anything that might be universally challenged or you may need some help in that way. Okay, so the Scorpio Female, here we go. First card for the general energies is self-love. I feel like for the Scorpio, this is what we need to grab onto. We need to spend more time. They're going, nope. We may need to look at it differently, our idea of self-love here. Because the energies that are going on here, I'm feeling like some of these Scorpios might be taking too much energy to themselves in a selfish way. But we have to look at it differently, like selfish from ourselves to ourselves, not from others to us. And they're going, yes, that's what it is. So there's a sense of taking from others for ourselves. And we don't want to be on that energy track. We want to be creating for ourselves from ourselves, right? So this is the self-love that we're talking about. The universe wants us to dip into this. Okay, so less a selfish energy from outside of us and more selfish energy from inside of us. Okay. And the next card we get is inspiration. And once we switch tracks here, right? When we quit looking to others to supply us, they're going, this is more the track we're on here. We're looking to others to supply us with things, stuff. And of course, that's not fulfilling, right? That's fleeting. It's all internal. So we're completely on the wrong track, maybe even driving the wrong device, right? So we need some inspiration and a direction to bring us. And the universe is, I feel, going to flip this for you. They're going to make it easy for you if you're receptive. And the Scorpio, I feel too, like in a lot of my readings, they're the ones that are just squealing their tires and going in the opposite direction. So they have to be somewhat receptive here or they're going to get looked over and things are going to get really rough. I mean, they're going, if you think things are rough now, just wait. Because if you keep plugging the flow, you're going to see huge challenges in that way. So we want to be able to hook onto that and know what that is and go forward from that. So it's going to be a challenge for the Scorpio female to do that. But nonetheless, there's going to be inspiration to give you help with that. And they're going, the first place we're going to go is your purpose. So the challenges are going to come in the way of career. And the changes are going to be where they want to inspire the changes are in the mode of career, because this is the easiest place for us to get in. This is where our mind is the most open. Sorry, it's late. I'm kind of tired. So this is where we're going to put it. The energy here, we're locking it down on the career. So this is where we're going to look, and we need to go deeper, go spiritual, and get loaded with that. This surface stuff of collecting and give me and I need and all of that is just, it's not working out here. We got to think of a different direction. And again, in the career area, we're going to be highlighted in that area to go in the right way. So be aware of that energy. Okay. That's the overall energy. So general surface stuff, right? Sorry, here, I'm just going to carrying on. The first card we get is the 5 of Wands. So here we go, right? So spiritual path, I feel like they're really struggling. Scorpio female is struggling. They're not realizing what's going on here. They're completely out of the loop is the sense I'm getting, okay? So we're at a struggle here. We're not seeing clearly. Oh, thank you very much, Somewhere. The Leo reading was great. It was awesome. So that's one of the better readings I've ever had. I enjoyed doing it. Like I said, I wanted to sit in that Leo energy for a little while, but had to go move on. So if you're a Leo, man, you're ahead of the game. So thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Okay, so the Scorpio female, she's having a struggle here with her spirituality. She's not wanting to go deep, right? And there's reasons for this, but nonetheless, it's a block. The next card we get is the King of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting because this thing's just screaming a whole bunch of energy at me. The first is, okay, so there's someone here, and this could be a father figure for some of the things. This could be a powerful father figure that's kind of carrying the load. Financial stability comes through this man. A lot of power. Why? Because he has a lot of money. And I'm feeling like that's lightly touched on, but nonetheless, it's there. It's glaring. We've got a lot of money here. And this person, it's like, I see this guy. All I see is this guy going after, and this guy's not even paying attention. He's not even, he's not given the time of day. So what's going on? Okay, the next card we get, it's like the female is struggling to gain attention from this man that's a prominent figure in her life, but it's not there. Okay, so it may be a father figure that we're disconnected from, or that has a, I'm feeling like there's a grudge between these two. So you're aware of that, or you probably are already. So the next card we get is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is about confusion, okay? So we have this prominent male figure who has the stability, right? And for some reason, we're in conflict here, and we're in confusion as to how to get through to this person to get their attention back on me, okay? That's what I'm getting. It's like, turn around and let me at you, almost like an arguing, okay, situation. It's good for you. I know I said that through the reading somewhere, but yeah, good for you. It's about time. So I'm glad that you're feeling that. That's awesome. Catching up on things here. So that energy, right? Trying to get that attention of that prominent male. And I'm feeling like it's almost like a father figure because I feel a sense of distance, but yet a dependence on that person to some degree here. No problem. So yeah, and then this is the confusion. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to deal with this? I've tried everything and it's not working. Okay, so a sense of frustration for the Scorpio female, trying to get the attention of this figure that is very prominent and very solid. Yeah, okay, so the next card we get is the Eight of Swords. Okay. Give me a minute here because they're giving me downloads as we speak here. Okay. Okay. So the frustration level, this is usually that self-imposed prison, okay? And they're going, this is the side of life we don't want to see. We don't want to deal with. We don't want to open up to. And this is the side of life that needs to be illuminated in order to get through to this person. So in a sense, this person is going to react when you start becoming more spiritually aware. And the problem here is that's not happening. So this person is almost like like a father figure to a child. You know, you talk sense to me, or, you know, stop your squabbling or stop your screaming, and then I'll deal with you. Because there's almost like a strong, sturdy energy, like, I know what's going on here and I'm not going to pay attention until you act proper. And they're looking for a certain behavior, and I feel like that's your block. Okay, well, you're in for a show. Hopefully it's very complex energy I'm getting so far, like heavy stuff. So it'll be interesting. So there's something here with a prominent male figure. Okay, going forward, we got some energies. We're trying to, you know, again, getting that bat, like, I don't know if there's been a conflict. I feel like there has on some level. There's been a conflict. But nonetheless, there's a low point here. And it's like I'm trying to get this person's attention. I'm batting them more. I'm doing everything that I can. I've tried every game in the book, every trick in the book. I can't get through. I'm feeling trapped. That was another essence that I got from this Eight of Swords. I can't get through to this person. Okay, so this is the base energy we're dealing with. There's a prominent male that this Scorpio female is trying to get the attention of, is not working, and they're feeling bound by that. Okay, so that's the beginning. Okay, so as we move down, right, because we're going to get into, you know, the situations, and then we get into the love and sex side. And sometimes the love and sex side doesn't answer the question. So, but we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is working together to try and attain a goal. And that's what I feel like the Scorpio female is trying to do here. But I feel like this man here is just, he's not going to be heard. It's almost like these people have known each other for quite some time. And I don't feel a stubborn energy. I just feel like I am not going to listen till you're making sense. And it's almost like they're having a little bit of a fit here, not knowing, like they're almost like out of ego, trying to come forth out of ego. And it's not working. You don't come from ego. You come from the heart. That's how you get through to this man, because all he does is talk sense. So if you're not talking sense and you're talking about trash, right, you're not going to get through. So this is kind of the sense I'm getting. We have to make sense here, or I'm not dealing with you. So this is the ability of the female wanting to get together and make something work here. But I feel in essence, it's too late. I feel like the earth sign male that's around her has tried at one time, and she just kind of spun in a little circle, and now they're like, no, you proved to me that you've changed, and they can't do it because they're not looking from the right point of view. And the male knows this, but the female's not yet. She's just like, come on, I want to work now, you know, and it's like, it's too little, too late. That's the essence I'm getting. So the Three of Pentacles, still that energy of her wanting to move forward and work with someone to get either the attention of this man or work to get something going. Then we have the Queen of Wands. Now, okay, holy. They said right away, that is not her partner. That is like a mother and father figure here. So we have an earth sign and a fire sign that may be a mother and a father figure or archetypes like that. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm getting the wands, the fire and the earth. Okay. But they're going, this is like a parent type figure. Okay. And we're wanting to work. It's almost like they're showing me this person. Okay. The mother figure. It's almost like the mother figure is trying to be sympathetic to the Scorpio female, but neither one of them are getting through to this man. Like they're kind of, both of them are moving forward to this. But even, you know, her and her, oh, okay, that's what they're going. Her and her mom are working together, not her and her father. And I'm using that as the figures, but you'll know when it hits, right? And that's what's going on here. They've banded together to pile up on him and say, you know, you got to listen to what I'm saying. And he's going, no, I don't. I know what I'm doing. And I feel like it's not an energy, not these guys. This guy's not freaking out. These two, well, not so much the mother's kind of going, yeah, I'll stand behind you. You know, I'll talk to him and see what happens. But we're getting a brick wall here. But I feel with good reason. I feel this man has a reason because these two have history. The Scorpio female and this earth sign have history. And he is totally valid in what he's doing. It is too little, it is too late, but she's got to make up for this time and she's got to go deeper. And that's what he's trying to inspire in her. Think a little bit before you come at me. Don't just start spouting stuff off without thinking. You're not making sense and we need to make sense here. Okay, so I brought that back because that's what they're saying. Like these two are a pair. These two are a united pair, and this one's trying to work with the Scorpio female, but it's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. He made up his mind and I can't change it. But they tried, right? So that's that Three of Pentacle card working its way in there. Now, as we move on, we get the Five of Cups. So this is the disappointment. We're not getting through to this man. I've tried everything I can, and now I've gotten somebody else to try everything they can, and I'm not making any headway. So what do we have to do before we learn? Sometimes we have to hit bottom, and this is where I'm feeling like this is coming from, okay? And then the next card we get is the King of Swords. Okay, just give me a minute here. They're going, now this could be a partner, could also be an attitude of cutting things away, okay? And I feel like, is that coming both ways? They're going, no, not from the father type figure. The father is not in a cutting energy. He's open to communicating, but we have to be sane when we communicate. We can't be flipping out or angry. I have a sense that there's a routine with this Scorpio female coming back to this father figure energy and flipping out. And he's just not going to have it anymore. And he's balanced. He is the king. So he's in control of his emotions. And I feel like the Scorpio female is losing it. She's losing it in all areas and not having a fun time here. So singles and couples, I don't know. We can't really break it down yet. Am I getting a sense here that she wants a united front to come up against the end? She's just not getting it. So in the meantime, hold on. Okay. So in the meantime, she is taking that energy and she's cutting things away. And not only that, she's isolating other people around her. So this is not only her energy, cutting her father, trying to cut her father out, but the father knows better. She'll be back. She depends on me. Okay. Same with the partner. The partner's going, man, that's your own deal. You deal in your own dust storm. I'm out of here. So everybody's cutting her out, isolating her by herself. You know, the mother's kind of standing there because nobody's behind her going, yeah, okay. So there's, and she's very disappointed. So we have to hit rock bottom before we get, you know, and I get a sense here we maybe have some people dealing with addictions. Maybe that's why we're kind of crazy with things. We're not, our mind is not lucid most of the time. So watch for that. That might be a situation some of these Scorpios are going through. Okay, so we have to get our heads straight, and that may be what this man, because he feels very solid and very valid in what he's doing, and the universe is going, we stand behind him as well. That is the energy he needs to carry in order to get through here. So there's something unbalanced here. Okay, so these are second row of energy is heavy energy for her, and I feel like a desperation, but not a realization of why. Okay, now we get into the love side and see if this jives with anything. We get the Five of Swords again. They're going, yeah, this was the partner and her energy together. She's gotten her father figure out, this person that she's trying to get the attention of for some reason. And they're going, it's dependency issues, codependent, right? Even within a family, you can have that. Now, the partner is seeing all of this and going, I want nothing to do with this. Don't come to me. I'm not going to back you. Basically, don't come to me. I don't want to get involved is more like it. Okay. I don't want no part of this. He's seeing the mess she's making here. So there's something she's after. See if we can get to the bottom. So we have that energy, right? The partner's going, I don't want no part of this. And we got the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, man, that's huge sorrow and disappointment. And nothing we can do about it. A sense of, man, we cannot change a mind here. We are done and finished, like something closed here. So it could be a relationship that ended. I'm not getting a sense here. I'm getting a sense she's in a relationship, but she's getting isolated with that as well. Yes, they can be. Yes, they can be reversed. It can go either way. Sometimes they spin it that way, right? I just kind of use the cards as a guide, but yeah, absolutely they can. So somebody here is being isolated and they're feeling the sting. That card is just glaring. They're feeling the sting. They're over, and what are the swans? Are a symbol of love, and he's distanced from that. He's separated from that. There's a bridge over top, right? It's just really feeling a lack of love here. But again, I'm feeling there's a greater purpose to all of this. We got to hit bottom where there's no support. A lot of codependency going on. And this is all in the greater scheme of things, okay? So as we move forward, the next card we get on the love side, 21, the World. So in the romance deck, this is kind of like the world, okay? We have children, we have people, we have bills, we have all of this stuff upon us, right? And there's a relationship here where people are trying to hold the hands and they're trying to hold the world up, and then they got this kid on top. Responsibilities that are kind of dragging us to a point where I don't know if we can hang on to this relationship. Okay, so I feel like to a certain degree, the relationship that this female is in, okay, is okay, they're going, if she's in a relationship, it's codependent. So her father is taking a stand and saying, no more. I am not supporting you in this way, almost like an intervention, but to the point where we just drastic moves here. So the husband, codependent. We're in a situation here where we're supporting the other partner and the other partner supporting us. So in a way, that partner's energy here, that I don't want no part of it, he is still attached to her in that way, and there's a codependent thing going on there. They're telling me I need to mention that overall. So there's a codependency here and a codependency that's being cut from the father figure. He is now taking a stand and saying no more, which will benefit her. The partner, not so much. He's sticking with her, but he's starting to back up here. Now, is he going to make moves that are going to make a difference? I don't know. Now, we get the Eight of Swords. This is not good, okay? When we get the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords, this is heavy sorrow, depression, sadness. What causes sadness to the depths you can't take? Death. So we have an energy here of things getting to an extreme point where it can cause death. So I don't like delivering this news, okay? But Scorpio, right? In the tarot card deck, number 13 is the Scorpio energy. That is the death card, okay? I feel like there's a connection here with that. So are we in a situation where we are chemically dependent because of a death that we couldn't deal with? Or are we leading ourselves to that road on our own? Are we going into the darkness here where we're not going to come back? Okay. Serious stuff. Serious message. The weight of the world is getting to this person, but nonetheless, there needs to be, they're going, the pattern that's happening here needs to happen. So we can't stop these people from taking a stand and not supporting her. But at the same time, we got to be alert and aware of what's going on here. And I don't think all eyes are open. I think there's a bit of an illusion going on. And I mean, the females, they're going, look at the female's behavior. This is not rational. We've realized this. You're going to have to bear with me here. There's some Scorpio in a dire strait, okay? And we'll get through that. But Brando here. But there's somebody in a dire way here that needs to hear this, or somebody that knows somebody that needs to hear this, that needs to keep their eyes open around this. They need to be there, but not codependent in the relationship here, okay? So there's a lot of loss and a lot of pain that this person's dealing with, and the weight of the world is on them and they can't deal. So we got to watch. I'm talking suicides here. This is serious. And depression to the degree that we're going to use something to end things, okay? I'm serious. So that's heavy. But nonetheless, we got a father, like I said, type figure. I keep wanting to say type figure. So someone that this Scorpio female looks up to, okay? That's creating a boundary, the first of its type in this person's life. So this is the fit we're having. This is the switch that we can't deal with, okay? So it's harsh for this person, but nonetheless, the father figure is going to have the strength to get through this no matter what happens, because he knows he's doing the right thing, okay? Because really they have gone through everything, and this is the only thing left, is to shut it out, okay? So it seems like it's a drug addiction here where we're not mentally, the capacity is not right here, where we're not making sense, okay? So the last card is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands carries with it an energy here taken off. So I feel like that's the Scorpio female. So we may have a rebellious streak here where nobody, I can't deal with nobody, nobody's going to help me, you know, oh, poor me. But in a way, it's true. But in another way, this is what they need to gain. Where are we going to gather the strength from? We cannot take from other people anymore. So we have to stand on our own, and this is make or break time, okay? So that's what's going on. Now she's taken off. She's going to bolt. Where that goes, I don't know. She's going to go where she is dependent. I'll give you a key here. She has connections, and she's going to go where the money is. Someone that could take care of her, and she knows it can take care of her. And I feel like anybody that knows her is going to know where she's going to go. Now, I don't feel it's the boyfriend. I feel like the boyfriend, I'm getting a situation here. This is almost like a personal reading. Getting a situation here that the boyfriend is attached to family. So his side of the family is kind of helping him out. So she's going to bolt from everybody. Her partner that's kind of codependent with her, she's taken off and she's going. Now she's going to want to use whatever she's into. She's going to go through a phase. But this person that she's going to is almost shockingly supportive, okay? Now, he's going to wise up pretty quick, and he's going to take some action here, but she might just listen, okay? Because I think there's a sense here of isolation from the rest of the group here that's against, or what she sees is against, right? Against her. There's enough of a distance that she can go, you know what, he's not going to talk to my parents, or he's not going to talk to my partner, or he's not going to get in touch. I can hang out here and I'm not going to be bothered. But yet people that are somewhat aware around her are going to know. Okay. 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 So yeah, it'll relate to everybody somewhere. It'll relate to everybody in a different way. So we have little essences like, you know, there's a death in the family, and then, you know, somebody else will resonate with other energies, but it's really heavy. And Scorpio is very dramatic in that way, right? So, okay, let's move on to the sex side. Now, she's taken off this. I'm going with that energy. And we got a situation here where I'm feeling a bit of hope with where she actually goes. Because again, we're dealing with a mind here is a little immature in the way of thinking ahead too much. So if we logically go with the friends around her, there's a story unfolding here. We can figure it out. But she feels safe enough that she doesn't have to worry. Nobody's going to contact. Nobody's going to figure it out. But again, so when we get into the sex side of things, we have the Queen of Wands, and I feel like that is her moving toward this person. I feel a male figure, feel older male figure. Okay. That is who she's going to, and there's stability and a lot of money around this person. So there's a sense of abusing the admiration factor here. Okay. So this person's kind of down and out, and they're going to be using their skills in a sensual kind of way to make adjustments in that way, okay? The Seven of Pentacles. This is about a karmic tied relationship. Now, we may be talking about the father figure here, but we're in the sex zone, so that doesn't even make sense. But nonetheless, there's a partner here that we're breaking from. So I'm getting that's the King of Swords here. The one we left because he wasn't supportive, that's what we're breaking. Now, this person feels a close tie, but I feel because they're codependent, they might be in the same situation. We're not realizing what's really going on here. Is the sense I'm getting, okay? Now, okay. So here we go. Okay. So we're breaking this tie of this relationship. We're going in a direction where we're using our feminine wiles. Okay. But there's a severing of a relationship, no less. And I feel lightly. We're just using our feminine wiles to get into, like, I feel like just to get, how do I put it? A place to stay. We're not dipping. I'm not, okay, we'll just go here. Nine of Wands is schmoozing up. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to communicate. And the other person is very responsive. Like I said, I get an older male figure. He's responsive to her, though there seems to be a boundary on his end. And she's aware of this, so she's playing with that line, okay? And then we get the Strength at the end here. Now, these are all the cards. These are all the horizontal lines. I'm going to go vertically, and we're going to answer some of these questions, okay? Now, the Strength, it's like not only is she going to need strength, like over this period, right, all this stuff has happened. She's bolted. She needs strength to deal with that. She's not dealing with that. She's gaining strength from this man inadvertently, right? And she's able to communicate and talk and vent, and that means a lot. So this is good in that way, okay? So the strength is building in her, even though she's run off and, you know, things can get, I'm getting a sense of panic in a way. We're okay because this man is very trustworthy in that way, you know, and he is there for her greatest good out of heart. So that is going to gain some strength in her, and you know, he's going to try and help her out in any way he can. So that is the sexual energies here. And I'm not getting like manipulative too deeply. I think these people know the parameters here within the relationship. They're just working within that. I need a place to stay. I'm going through a rough time, and this guy's going, okay, no problem. I'll take you in. Okay. So Away we go. Now I'm going to go with the first card of each, and sometimes that illuminates things, okay? The struggle, right? We had the struggle with that person. Now they're highlighting the struggle with the partner, that they say that that's the energy was of the partner and of her cutting ties with certain things. Now, you know, some of you, it's a death. So whatever way it hits, right? So the struggle here with this King of Swords, okay? What's happening with that? Well, we have a lot of sorrow because it's over. There's things here that have ended and collapsed. And we have a man here that is sorely, whatever the word is there, he's very upset and depressed, and he realizes that he can't gain it back. When you get this card, man, it's over, it's done. We're not working, nobody's working, it is kaput, okay? So there's a relationship here that's ended. And then the Queen of Wands is that energy that he's thinking about. He's thinking about her being with someone else, and it's just driving him. So there's that codependency coming out, right? Through this card. It's just a symptom that this guy was highly attracted to her in a sexual way. And that may have been the depth of that relationship anyway, was on a sexual level, okay? So that's the first level. Second rung here, we're dealing with the father type energy, okay? Then we get into the Three of Pentacles. It's interesting because they're going, it's like he's got a pentacle and that 3 would make 4. And that's the selfish energy that she carries. So this situation has come to a head here that is created, created her to shut down her heart, okay? But now she's going out to this energy forward, right? This man that's accepted her as she bolted. Now, this man is going to open it back up. But nonetheless, I'm not going to get ahead here. So this energy, as you know, we're working on that. We're trying to stabilize that in a way. We don't want to deal with it, but it's there, okay? And then 21 is that's the weight of the world. And I mean, if we're dealing with a death here, that's also that, right? The heaviness of it all, I can't deal. I don't want to deal. You know, I want to work on this, but I'm not looking in that direction. I'm not going to fix that, okay? I can't fix it, so I got to think about something else. Too painful. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. And see, that's that thing is that, see, that's a... Okay, I'm going to go a little deeper here than I expected. So I was picking it up in the last round here, but I didn't know what they meant. What's going on here is her and her father had a karmic tie from a past life, okay? Oh, okay. And they're saying, was there a debt there? And they're going, yes. And it was not repaid, okay? So there was something here between the father. You know, you come back, you do wrongs, you have to make it right. And I feel like was it the father? Okay, okay. So the father here was trying to repay the debt. Or no, she was trying to repay to the father, but it didn't happen in time, whatever. So there's something here. And that is really the heaviness that falls, because we realize that in this life we did not figure it out. There was a karmic debt here between the father and the daughter that needed to be repaid. The father was feeling something instinctively going forward to push for this. And the Scorpio female was stubborn and said, no, I'm not. And it was a selfish stubborn, right? It was like, I don't want to, you know, or like a childish, immature kind of a way. And that is the heavy energy that sits now. She knows that there's a sense here that this debt has not been paid. Okay, so that's a little deeper than I think people want to go here. It's really not on the love and sex side. It's really deep stuff, heavy stuff. So we have all that energy. I'm going to catch up here in a minute. And, you know, an energy of wanting to work this out in this lifetime, but things are too heavy. We may have the dependency problem, whatever it is that got in the way. We just didn't get it done. There's a tie here, it's broken, and now there's kind of a suffering. They're going, it's a suffering. she's feeling through this. Okay, so that's the heavy energy, man. This is something else. Now, the next rung here, we get the confusion. Where does that take us? Okay, all these things are coming up, and feelings and emotions, and we cannot deal, you know, and dreams as well, right? So we may have, you know, if we have a deceased relative, they may be coming in the dream time to communicate, and that may be driving this person nuts because they don't understand it in a spiritual manner. They feel like they're being, how do you say, not attacked, but like haunted, right? And it's not a haunting. This father wants to make it okay. Just let it go. You know, we'll figure it out the next round. You know, there's the next round and we'll get there. That kind of a gentle energy is what I'm getting. And yeah, holy, yeah, a lot of options here. So the Queen of Wands is the mother, on the other side of this. And I feel like she's just stoic. She's just sitting in shock. Okay. I'm not going to go any further than that. And this is why, right? We have the sarcophagus here. So it's a symbol of heavy energy that we have to deal with. And then on this, I almost want to not bring the sex side in, but this is the emphasis that this person, the Scorpio female, is really taking a trip here. She's got to leave this whole situation in order to get some relief, because we're in a state of, what was the word? Suffering. And everywhere we look, it reminds us of this. So we have to get away. We're getting away. We're alleviating some of that. So this connection that they're having with this person, and it may be codependent, may not be. I feel like the man is okay. He's stable enough to get through to the level here. We need to deal with this, and we're going to deal. And it gives her an opportunity to vent outward without judgment or any of this complex energy that she's just trying to run away from. Okay. I'm going to catch up here. Okay, yeah. So nonetheless, we have a healing time for this Scorpio female, okay? She's isolated herself. She needs that to heal. So keep that in mind, anybody that knows her, blah, blah, blah. But I think for her, it's going to be a very, actually, it is going to be healing. Like, she is going to get, and I feel her coming back kind of in time here, when she sees the bigger picture, and through this relationship that she has with this person that she's gone to, it's going to help her figure that out. Okay, so there's a coming around here, but again, it was a heavy energy of desperation and stuff. I had to mention the words that I mentioned. So now the last round, as we catch up here, is that, you know, self-imposed prison. So that was the energy we started with, which was the frustration of feeling tied and, you know, not knowing where to go is really what I'm getting from Scorpio females, just not feeling things. And it's a sense of ego, being ego driven and thinking, yeah, that's a higher calling. And it's like, no, that's your ego. We're dipping into wanting and needing. That's clearly ego, but not seeing that clearly at all. Okay. So this is the voice she's listening to, is a little devil on her shoulder, and that's what's getting her into trouble. And she's feeling bound and tied to that and not knowing how to listen to that other voice, because the other voice is a little quieter. You have to still yourself. And if you're into addictions or any kind of codependent behavior, there's a lot of noise around there. And you're not going to get through that, right? So it just feeds off that energy, and you don't get a break. So something has to happen, right? So next we get the 5 of Cups, and that's that heartbreak and dealing with all of that. And that's the sorrow that actually will help her get in tune with a little bit of instinct here, if she's open to it, okay? And then the part where she's leaving. You know, she's going off in that direction to isolate herself, and she knows this is what she needs to do, and it's going to help her. And then we end up, even though it's a sex card, it's strength. And this is how we're going to gain it. We got to get away from what is causing all the pain for a while to gain some perspective. Feel things. I feel like, too, that she's feeling like she shouldn't be sad for whatever reason, you know. There's a part of her that doesn't want to be seen crying, doesn't want to show emotion, even though it's valid. There's a validity here. We can show emotion. There's nothing wrong. But there's a part of her that doesn't want anybody to see that part of her, right? So she goes off, and I guess there's an understanding with this other person. There's a vulnerability there that's going to be seen because she does, I get a sense she does heal. And it may be over the summer, and they're showing me the fall leaves, right, turning color. So in an area where it does that, this is what's going on. She's gaining her strength, and around that time, she's going to come around. Now, whether she comes back might take her a while longer, but she'll start communicating, no less, from where she's at and start opening a little bit. So you know what? I skipped over the singles altogether. Where are we on time? I'm going to go back and see if I can make sense of this, but they're going, no, this is the energy. This is it. We don't want any more. We don't want you to weed through this. Yeah, there's a sense here overall, though. I'm going to wrap it up right away, that these Scorpios are really dealing. They're kind of like a hard luck case here. They need to dip into their spirituality to gain all of that knowledge, all of that instinct. Like I said, we're listening to the wrong voice in our head and moving forward with that and thinking that that's totally justified and not checking often enough to see if we're making progress here. So that's really what it is. They want them to wake up, and they're not. In fact, they're fighting it and fighting for the side that's getting them into trouble, and just not taking the time to slow down and witness all of that's going on. Because if they did, they would add it up. They said they could very well add it up, but they're like, nope, I'm cutting that off. I'm leaving here. Don't want to deal with that. Don't want to deal with this. They're just cutting everything in every direction. And this is being unaware, right? The opposite. So that is the problem here, no matter. So if we're in a situation where we're single and we're looking for relationships here, we need to just be still. If we're not in one, there's a reason we're not there. There's a reason we don't have a companion. And if we do have one, we're going to be struggling with it, no less. And if we're struggling, there's a reason. We need to sit and look. We need to be by ourselves. They're going for a time here to realize what's going on. So, sorry, that's kind of harsh energy for Scorpio. Now, the overview, I'll go back to the beginning here and recap. Okay, we started off with the self-love. Okay, this is really some of the bottom line here. We're not understanding what self-love is. Because what we're doing is we're going, give me, give me, give me. And we're thinking that's love. Things are love? No. The feelings are love. What we do for ourselves and others is love. That's, so we're getting mixed up, and somehow we got a distorted view, and we brought it through our whole life here. And so that's what they're going. We need to be redirected. Self-love comes from us, not from other people to us. And that's the distortion that needs to be flipped. So if you're single looking for a relationship to validate, that's warped. That's not where we want you to be. That's the universe going, no validation. They're not going to get validation here either. Okay, so that's what it was. They're like, nope, no singles. I'm like, why? Because now it's coming out. Because we're sorry. Don't shoot the messenger here. They're coming across in that way. We got a distorted view. We got to change it. Okay. So the self-love will bring about an inspiration if we look at it the right way. We're not, and we haven't up until this point. So flip it 60 or, 90 degrees or 180. Yeah, right. And this is something I think is lost on the Scorpio female. They would rather be have something there than something not there. It's just too painful. But there's a blocking. It's like they're not going to listen to reason as to why. They're just going to say, no, I need someone here. And you'll do. Come in here and sit down. And that's all I need, you know. And they don't question and they don't want any depth and they don't. So that's kind of dangerous because we end up going in that direction and we're completely clueless. So this is really what's going on. Is we're setting people down. But I feel like this connection that she makes over the summer with this man, and I feel like it's a friendship, but she's kind of trying to, I don't think she's trying to push that boundary. I just think she's trying to get as much as she can out of this man, and the man's going to teach her. You know, you can't look at things in that way. And expect, so he's going to school her a little bit. Nonetheless, self-love, right? And that'll bring, once we see things from a different angle, and this man is the opportunity to do that. And if she's away from the stress, so if she's away from the stress, she may open up enough where she gets that inspiration, right? And then we got to find our purpose here, because once we find that, that's the key. They're going, that's the quickest way we can get in. So forget about relationships. She has a warped view anyway. We got to get in the career sector and make her blossom from there. And then we can take charge. Then we can make her see things better. So the universe is going, let's just get her on her purpose. So anybody that's around any problem Scorpios here, get them on their purpose. Then we'll go from there. Because that's how we're going to get in. That's the quickest, fastest route to turn this around. Not love, because it's just not thinking in that way anyway. The heart's shut off, so how are we going to get through? No. Career. That's the way to go. So, sorry. It's pretty heavy stuff here. Thanks for all the comments. I kind of filtered through a few here. It's a hard luck case here. They're giving me Scorpios are coming out of desperation. They got to sit and think by themselves. You don't want to hear what they're saying to me. Yeah, that's codependent, right? We can't deal with our own selves, so we gotta have someone there, whether it's abusive or not, or it may be abusive, or it may be disrespectful, or it may be just not appropriate. But yeah, and they gotta learn to evolve out of that somehow. But they're going, we're not even going to deal with the relationship because we just need to go in the career direction. If we can get these Scorpio women into a career that comes from their heart, of something that they are passionate about, that's not done for money. Like if they go into something for money or things that they can get, they go where their heart opens up, like something that they feel good. Like say, I'm using an example here. Say they love animals and they go and work for a care home for animals, you know, that'll open that up. Then we can, then evolution can start from there. But they're going, we're not even going to start in the relationship because that's the hardest place to get back in. That is on lockdown, man. We got 3 chain link fences thick and we got barbed wire, you know, like we're not getting in there. So we need to go where the least resistance is, and they're going, that's in the career area. We need to find her purpose and put her in that direction, and then we'll start seeing results. So for the Scorpio female, man, I'm sorry, but that is it. And they are, I mean, I'm listening to my keepers here. I'm saying keepers, but where the energy comes from, man, you just have to settle yourself down a bit. Come out of desperation zone and settle in the energy. Spend time at home and watch a movie and do something you want to do. And start to do more things like that you want to do, that make you happy. And that's the direction we need to blossom from. Don't worry about what other people want or what other people want to give you gifts to get you to want, you know, because we're really, I feel like the Scorpio female is really shot by glitter and gold, right? If you wave something in front of me, I'm going to go there. And we need to kind of stop being, what do you call that? You know, led by that, by things and possessions. We need to look deeper. So, man, that was the energy for the Scorpio female. So it's heavy. And I'm sorry. Again, I'm the messenger here. I'm the go-between. Just don't shoot me. But hopefully that helps some people deal with maybe one of them in their lives. I have a feeling not many here that maybe understood this on the level it was meant. But nonetheless, thanks for your comments, guys. I'm going to be back in a little bit here. I'm just going to refresh. I'm going to finish off the mail tonight as well. So again, I'm sorry for your loss somewhere. Let's try to, I don't, it's a rule of mine not to have deadlines, not to speak, but nonetheless, these are things, life-changing situations that need to be part of the reading, and that's the sense they're giving me. I'm like, I told you not to give me, and they're like, well, this is life-changing material, and this is part of their process, and this is what they're going through, and so it needed to be expressed. You're welcome. And it happens, right? I mean, I had a death in my family, and it's hard. I don't think I've dealt with that either. So, you know, we within the hour back for the Scorpio male, and that will be it for me. So take care, have fun, and be kind.